Good afternoon, guys, or good morning, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm down under Australia. I'm Forristicat, and I'm Talkback World's video game correspondent. Today I'm doing a topic that I promised before, and it's always the topic I'm most passionate about on the day I'm recording, because the more passionate you're about something, the easier it is to speak about. And today I decided that the topic I'm most passionate about is that I promised I'll talk about before, and that topic is the GTA series as a whole and what it means for gaming. Now, I decided that since I had finished Red Dead Redemption, it's no better time for me to actually look back at this game and comment on the GTA series as a whole. Now, I remember I did not play the very first GTA game. This was on PC, I believe, possibly PlayStation 1. You had the two-dimensional top-down view. The first time I started playing it was Grand Theft Auto 2, and that was on the computer. And I never really got that much into PC games. The most PC games I've played, maybe a little bit of System Shock 2, a bit of Thief, the Middle Age, and yeah, it was a little bit of Grand Theft Auto 2 thrown in the mix as well. So I didn't really have any criteria to compare Grand Theft Auto 2 towards. But I did like the gangster element of going to phones and doing these little jobs for mob bosses. For what it was enjoyable. Then came along the Grand Theft Auto 3, I believe, or I think they named it just Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, I played this when it came out as a double pack with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I remember it was like Grand Theft Auto. It was Grand Theft Auto 3, I believe, and it was a double pack for the Xbox, and it came with Grand Theft Auto Vice City, so you had like a double shot. And for the first time going into this 3D world with all the elements incorporated from what I had remembered in Grand Theft Auto 2, it was pretty cool. I thought, wow, this is the three-dimensional representation of what I was playing in Grand Theft Auto number 2. And thinking back, well, I don't want to compare goats to ants here, but I can't really remember much of the story, since it was such a long time ago. The story I do remember a bit more of, just purely because of the flamboyant nature of the characters, is the game which came as a side to that, which was Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now that game was really something else. I remember Sean Penn penned the voice for it, and there were a couple of other, I think, actors/actresses thrown in the mix. It was just a really fun game. Set in the beach. It had a fantastic soundtrack, and Tommy Vercetti was really a character I'm never going to forget. As much as the lawyer Ken Rosenberg, was it, or something like this. It was really funny, him trying to get the upper hand in the relationship, and I can't remember I think spoiler alert, guys, I think he betrays you in the actual game, if I'm not mistaken, or some other guy does. Regardless, it was a great extension towards a different environment that Grand Theft Auto 3 built upon. Now, after that, I remember picking up Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now, I really liked it that Rockstar, they weren't like, okay, let's just have it in a city again and again and again. Like, they really understood that it would be too similar, and they wanted to cover many different facets, many different cultures, if you will, many different environments, many different subsections of a certain populace, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was no exception. It took it to a different level. It encouraged the use of bicycle and cross-country motorbike riding, not to mention a jetpack, which I'll definitely remember extinguishing a marijuana field, flying high up in the air whilst wondering what Area 51 was doing in front of me. There was a lot of weird and wacky elements in this game, but that's pretty much that can be pretty much said for the whole damn series, and that's really a hallmark of these Grand Theft Auto games. So you really did feel like like a gangster, like a corner boy, playing as a different race in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And the most memorable mission was, I think, you're in this car and they give you this view inside the car, and you have to like shoot these guys outside of the car, and you have to you're basically just paying attention to this crazy path that the team member is taking in order to escape all these bad guys. And you even go through a car wash, and you can't really do anything but sit in the back seat or front seat and just go along for the ride. Nevertheless, San Andreas was definitely an interesting. It was a fun game. Another mission I remember was you actually skydive from a plane, and you have to land at a particular location. Regardless, it was a very welcome addition to the envelope that Rockstar was pushing in the form of the Grand Theft Auto series. Now, after that, the attention was focused on the next generation of consoles, which was Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. What's the next game after number 3, chronologically, skipping San Andreas? Well, Grand Theft Auto 4. Now, I remember seeing the first trailer for this, and that was well, it may not have been the first trailer, but I remember it had this Russian hip hop group called Suryoga, and it had the song King Ring, and the song went like King Ring, King Ring, King Ring, and you had this really, I can't remember the guy's name, was the Mr. Muscles guy, Johnny Bravo or whatever. He's like, that's how we roll, and it was a really outgoing character. He was really nuts, a really crazy outgoing character. What can I say rather? I liked Nico Bellic. I like again this was he Serbian? This again a different ethnic background to these characters, and his troublesome cousin getting him into all sorts of troubles. But overall, they were very good friends, just trying to make a living, if you will. And it was really a treat to again keep the same fundamental concept of this living, breathing, three-dimensional world, and add a paintbrush of topped-up graphics. And they didn't sacrifice any of the elements, which again a hallmark of the Grand Theft Auto games, in my opinion. And that is, you've got a crazy crisscrossing story with many different guys with many different agendas, and most importantly, I think, is the characters. I think crazy characters are the foundation for a Grand Theft Auto game. I mean, that's the thing I remember most about any Grand Theft Auto game, is the characters. Okay, so after Grand Theft Auto 4, I remember there were 2 episodes for it released. One was called episodes of Liberty City, The Lost and the Damned, and that had a biker gang, and you were up against this rival gang called Deadbeats. Now, it was interesting because my friend who was talking about bikers, and we have a couple of local bike gangs around Canberra and in Sydney. They're called the Hells Angels, and recently someone actually murdered this guy, this biker, I think in his backyard with a shotgun or something. And this 22-year-old male got charged with the murder, and he was a member of the bikers gang. I remember going to work in my office, and then I look out the window and I see this huge, really long parade of bikers following this coffin as it went to a nearby funeral, which was for this guy who got shot. So with that sort of in my head at the time, it was interesting to again explore a different subculture of society, and this time it was the bikers. And again, the soundtrack really did add a nice garnish to, again, was another stereotypical, not that that's a bad thing, Grand Theft Auto game. You had very aggressive, understandably